understand how they think about motivation and engagement in designing experiences. And then there's kind of the what I have often heard referred to as the apprenticeship model. I mean, when we think about experiential or immersive design, we think about from the beginning. If you had no limitations, no technology limitations, no resource limitations, no time limitations, and you wanted to teach something to someone, how would you design it? What would you have them do to learn it? And then how would they prove to you that they knew how to do whatever it is, or they knew the information? And think almost about it from, the apprenticeship model of, can you actually create an experience for people to practice the things that you want them to know how to do? We do a lot of virtual immersive learning environments. So we're working with an organization on creating a virtual oncology practice to allow oncologists and people who treat patients with cancer to help them keep up to date on the most recent cancer treatment guidelines. And instead of just presenting a bunch of data to them and having them recite it back, we're actually presenting information to them, and then they're expected to use it in relation to treating virtual patients. So we can really see whether or not they understand the guidelines. And I think that's a very different way of thinking about getting people to change their behaviors. And both of those types of experiential design, both from the repetitive incremental learning and also from the kind of immersive, actually practice what it is you need to do to show that you can actually do it, are very different design models than what's taught in a lot of the instructional design schools right now. So I don't know if that helps. I mean, I know there are organizations and universities that are starting to look at this, and some are doing better than others. But if you go and you talk to game designers, a lot of the things that we should be doing or thinking about as instructional designers, they have to do because that's how they make money.
Right.
They make money by getting people to play their games over and over. I mean, they have to get people engaged. No. They have to get people motivated.
And you're right. Most programs don't really talk anything at all about really game design or anything as far as instructional technology. They just kind of glean right over it. And as a result, we have a lot of one-dimensional learning, which just kind of goes in one direction and not exactly compelling. In fact, it's usually pretty mind-numbing. And that is an issue. And I keep telling some of the schools...
I kind of joke sometimes that I'm the counter...
Well, did we lose you?
I think we had a delay.
Oh, for a minute, yeah.
Well, this has actually been really a good conversation, and we're almost up on our hour, so we're going to have to actually end this. But this is fascinating because I think it is the realm of the beginning of where the whole industry is going to go, because you're just going to be teaching people differently in the future, and hopefully with a lot more success. So,
there's some really interesting trends that will start to emerge. And this is, I don't want to give away the farm here as far as, the direction that Tandem's thinking, but, we've been working.
Oh, you can tell us. No, we won't tell anybody.
The educational, no, right? It's secret. But, in looking at the educational technologies that are emerging, there's obviously, there's two divergent paths. There's the rapid development tools and the technologies that people just want to hurry up and train people on some content, test them on it, prove that they went through it, and hopefully they learned it, and the training's been done, check the box. A lot of compliance training falls into that category, but not just compliance training. And then there are the trends of getting people to really practice and experience actual things, and that's where a lot of the technology is heading. Outside of learning technologies, just in general, technologies are becoming more immersive, more realistic, more engaged as far as yourself being in that space and really being active in the process of using the technology. And what I think will end up happening is, although a lot of learning technologies have been moving in the rapid development vein, that what people are using in their everyday lives will have to start being used for these learning experiences. And we'll see it starting out in schools where kids are, playing in virtual worlds, they're using augmented reality, they are playing games to learn, and then they're going to go to school, and schools aren't teaching them that way, so there's already a pressure there. And so schools will have to adjust and look at how technology can be leveraged. And then as these students get into the workforce, they'll have been learning using all these very immersive experiential technologies their whole lives. And so organizations who are thinking about it now, for not only for recruitment purposes, but also just organizationally how to stay competitive to attract the best talent, that'll become a differentiator. And the organizations that are really just focused on learning and training as a hurry up and get it done will not be either attracting or retaining the types of people that organizations that are looking at development as an immersive experiential process will be getting. And technology is enabling those types of things. So it's exciting to watch how the trends are emerging and how organizations are starting to realize that. So
that's great. Well, Corrine, it has been a pleasure having you on, and thank everybody in the chat room for joining us today. And Terrence, any final comments?
Of course. Well, thank you, Corrine. It's awesome to hear you, and we've known each other for a couple of years, so it's always good that I sort of had you to myself here almost for an hour, so that's always a good thing. But I did want to announce to our viewers that next week we have Cami Bean from Kineo on, and she'll be discussing instructional designs, and she's got a great followership as well. So, and you came close to breaking Brent's record, but not
Yes, I
quite.
heard from Cami earlier, who wished me luck because she knew she was coming next.
Yes, she is next. So she's in good company. So thanks so much, Corrine.
Thank
that
you
was
both.
Great.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Well, you guys have a great day, and wherever you are, again, have a good time, and thank you for visiting us, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot, everyone. Okay, we are still live, but the show is technically over. So that was good.
Yeah, thanks so much, Corrine.
Thank you.
On.
That was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. We'll have to have you back and have Jed on.
And the video aspect was very interesting. Kind of like it. So
it's fun. It's fun. Well, that's great. Well, anyway, guys, I've got to head in. I know, Terrence, you and I have a meeting at 1, and other than that, I've got another meeting I've got to go to. But this is great, Corrine. I really appreciate it, and I think there was some really good insights there, and you said something that was near and dear to my heart, that instructional technology schools aren't teaching really good e-learning design.
No.
So this is good. This is actually, the more people hear that, the better off we're all going to be.
I think there will continue to be pressure on a lot of the instructional design programs to start looking outside of kind of the traditional adult learning models. So, and the more that happens, I think the better and more well-rounded the professional space of instructional design will be. I think there are people who focus on game design. There are people who focus on classroom training design and more event-based pieces. But as technology keeps changing, it will be kind of up to us as a profession to keep on top of what we need to be learning and doing to meet the needs of the learners, which ultimately I think is our goal. They're our customers. So.
Sounds good. Well, anyway, Terrence, got to go. Corrine, that was really good meeting you, too. I'm glad we finally meet. I've been following you on Twitter, and Terrence is always talking highly about you.
And we always talk highly of Terrence. So it was great meeting you, Rick. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and I'll talk to you very soon.
You guys take care. Bye, Terrence.
Take
I'll
care.
talk to you a little bit
Okay.
later.
Okay. Have a great
Okay.
day, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.